Hello again. Today, do I always say that? Probably. Anyway, we're going to be looking at ON1 again. I've been playing around with it a bit just to see what's possible, what you can do, and there seems to be some fun things that you can do with it. So we're going to have a look today. I've picked out a few images. We're not going to work on all of them, obviously, but we just might see what's possible. So we might go with this one first. I was playing around with this one yesterday. So if we just double click on it, excuse me. If we see what, okay. So when you open it, it automatically goes to edit. And we can see down here, we can make all our changes. I don't know. You can do make lots, make not, and you don't have to use all of these sliders. Although it's nice to bring out the clouds in this image. Not sure about this mid-tones. Bring out the no, we might just leave that where it was. Do we want to bring out the what? No, we don't want to bring out the whites. We might bring the blacks down a bit though. This was taken, I don't know when this was taken actually. A few years ago. It's been a few years since I went to the Pink Lakes up near my mum's place. Okay, so that's the general image that we're going to work with on this. Although I wouldn't mind, I haven't worked out yet how to do this. We do too much structure, that looks too much. Sometimes it's best to go too far with a slider and then bring it back. I mean, you've seen me doing that in other videos. This image is not straight. I wonder if we can do it with the crop tool. There we go. So you can click on the crop tool and then you can see up there I'm maneuvering it around a little bit to try and make it straight. And I guess we just press enter. And does that look straighter or even more crooked? Oh, I don't like that. Let's do that again. It's good, then you can see it again too. So go up here to the crop. Some of them, yeah, see this one here, it's also got a level, so you could click on the level and then just get where you think the horizon is straight. Click on it, press enter, and that's probably better than what I did visually. Sometimes I wish you could see the image is a bit big. I don't work on a very big screen. I wonder how it happens if I move this over. Oh, that's quite good actually. Although that could be as far as I can go. What about this one? Can I move this one over? No. Oh, okay. Might have to check out and see if there's a way to turn off these presets so they're not here, so you can just get a bigger image. It's nice to see your image larger. No, that's not really what you want. Okay, so that's our general image. So one of the first things I thought was, why don't we chuck on one of these presets like that we've got over here? Maybe we can play around and we can see what we can get. So I think the best way to do that is, I don't really want to work on the original image here, so we might actually add a layer. So what does this say? When you create a layered photo, it is saved as new non-destructive ON1. So that's exactly what we want. This contains the full raw data. Yeah. That's what you want. You want to be able to work non-destructively on your photos. So the bottom one we have is our is the original image, and now we're going to work on this one here. So we're going to go over here and we're going to have a look at these presets. We could go black and white. Color film can give you some pretty cool effects. Doesn't do much, so we'll just undo it. I'm assuming, yeah, Control Z. That one doesn't really do anything. Oh no. Oh, look, if you just hover over them, see if that works. Oh wow. So there you go. If you just hover over the top of them without clicking anything, you can get an idea of what your image will look like. How many are here? Oh, look at that one. I don't know that that one would ever be acceptable. So one of the things I'm looking at is, could I antique the image? I quite like that one. I remember a lot of these films when I was using, a film camera. Not really sure about it. I think we'll just go with that other one. I don't want to go through all of them, but you get the idea. You should always check out these things. So let's go back up to that Fujifilm Reala. Okay. So something else that I would like to do is, I was thinking we might add some textures. Now to do that, we're going to need to add a layer. And so the layer is this here. So we just press this plus button. I'm not sure why it's done that. I don't even know where that other... Okay, so we're going to go into the textures. This might be, yeah, this worked differently yesterday, but that's okay. So we're going to try adding a texture to this. I don't really know what any of these textures are going to do. I've just put together 20, so we can try them and we can decide whether we like them or not. Might try this one. We're just going to go down and add as a layer. Oh, it's not very big, so we might just go to transform and we will just see if we can extend it. This shouldn't matter too much to the image. Press enter to say we want that. Come on, enter. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to blend it. You've heard of that before, you know, so you blend the two layers together. It's like mixing colours, I guess. And you get all these different ways of doing it. That's normal, darken, multiply. Multiply can be quite a good one. Colour burn, if you want to do something really weird. I mean, it's just a thing of, you just need to go through all of these and just work out which ones you think will work best with your image. Soft light is often a really good one, and soft light is probably the most used blending option in nearly all of the different types of software, and so that's the one we're going to use here too. Now we do get an option we could work in the mask. So we could decide that while we like that in the sky, we may not like it down the bottom. So if we just go over and get our, oh, that's masking. That's interesting. So we'll just go a bit smaller. And so you can see we can just brush that bit off, say the bottom bit. I'm going to try and do this all in one go. I'm just using my mouse today. I'm not going to be doing anything really technical. So now if you have a look at the mask, I don't know if this works. view. Okay, so you can see where I've worked on the mask, and now we can also go over the bits. So this is what the mask is like. I mean, that's not what you see. It just says that the white says that on that layer that's what you can see, and the black means that's what you can't see. Okay, we don't want view anymore. So we've just taken that texture off the bottom. It doesn't mean that we can't do more textures. So let's try adding another one. Let's try giving it a cracked paint effect. I've got a couple of different options here. Let's try this one. I'm not really sure how this one will go, but we'll add it as a layer. Okay, again, we're going to have to do this transform and spread it out over the whole image. I just need to move the recording stuff away. Okay, press enter. And again, now we want to try, blending it again. I don't think a lot of these are going to be much good. What's overlay is not too bad, but again, soft light gives that impression of them without it being too overpowering. But I kind of like you to be, I don't know. I think we'll just do soft light for now. We're not really going to do anything with that, but I would like to try and see if I could work on that, just that layer, and I'd like to bring up the contrast a bit more. Maybe the blacks, and maybe you can bring the whites up a bit. What do we think? It's one thing with textures, you never really know how they're going to look until you actually do them and see what they're going to be like. The other thing we could do is we could say, well, let's not make it that strong. So like if we take it all the way down so it's not there at all, then we can slowly bring it up, bring the opacity up, so you can just starting to see the cracks now. Like maybe that's a better option. I don't know. Over here you can add all the effects, the presets to all your film things as well. It's interesting. Anyway, but we could just turn that filter off and we could try adding a different one. Like I said, I've got other, so we'll just add this as a layer. So this is a different, excuse me, a different cracked paint texture. I love cracked paint. Okay, that one actually fits, so we don't even have to change the size of it. So again, we'll just try blending it and seeing what we get. I actually really like the hard light with this one, so we might go with that. Again, I think we might just try, I don't know if you can, it would be good if you could just do this with just this layer without it affecting all the other layers as well. I wonder if you can do that. Let's up the contrast with it. I think potentially it could be a little bit too strong. I mean, one of the things with the texture is you don't want it to take over the image. You don't want the image to be the texture. You want it to be the image that was there. So again, we might try turning it right down and slowly bringing it back up. and seeing where we think it looks best. That's not too bad. You know how you get, if you've ever been to an art gallery and you've had a look at, you go to the old masters' paintings and you see the ones that were painted, 500 years ago, even 200 years ago. And if you go up really close as they'll allow you to go, and you can see where all the paint is cracked. It's quite amazing, but when you're looking at the image overall, you don't notice those cracks. I mean, you would notice them in this. It would be different if they were much smaller, but you'd have to get really small cracks to do that. But anyway, that probably works. What do we think? That's not bad. Maybe we will leave it there. Do we want to try resize? We might just try resizing it so I can use it for a post. I don't know how long this will take. I found the best way to do these videos is to restart my laptop and make sure nothing else is running except this and the software to record it. Okay. Did it resize it? I don't know. It's done something. Okay. It's just, maybe I'm supposed to do export. Let's just do cancel. Or any work will be lost. Oh no, we just lost it all. Damn. Oh no, there it is. Why is it so fuzzy? What happens if we open this one up? It's all about learning. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if we go export, sorry, it was export that I should have gone with. We want to change it to a JPEG, that's fine. You can go into the same folder. You can go into that folder, that's fine, as long as I can find it. And we'll just go export. I'm actually starting to really find my way around this program. It's quite good. Kind of cool, some of the things you can do to your images. There it is. You'll see some other images that I've worked on. Okay, let's just go done. I thought we might try working on this one. Maybe, because the sky's quite boring in this. I could have put a different sky in it, but we're not going to do that. One of the things that can be quite interesting, something that can be quite fun to do, oh, that's all a bit much, isn't it? That you can do with textures is they can really change how an image is. So we're going to add this one. This is a paper one that I did a few years ago. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing going through this. And as you can see, this really changes. You can change the whole color of your image. Oh, I quite like that. Wow, look at that color. Let's go hard light and stick with that. So can add quite a really different look. I mean, I know they've got all these presets, but sometimes it can be just as easy as adding a texture to your image. Let's try this one and see what it gives us. And then I'll stop it for the day. Okay. Oh, I don't like this. Is there a retouch? Let's see what happens if we get rid of that. Yep. Okay. Now let's try this, the top. Shout out if you see one that you like. I think soft light's going to work best for this. And I think what we'll do is we'll use this mask tool again, but we'll get rid of it. I mean, I'm not going to be absolutely careful here because it'll take me forever to do that. You know, you don't have to have a texture on the whole image. You can just have it on part of it. I mean, normally I would get a smaller brush and I would go in and I would make sure I was really careful about how I did that. But yeah, I'm not really sure I like that. But, you know, you get the idea with it, don't you? You know, you can see what's possible. Anyway, I'm not going to do that much more. Let's just export it and then we can have a look at the befores and afters. Export. I don't know if you can do this here, but some things work the same as Photoshop and some things don't. So there's our original image and there's the final image. I don't know, what do you think? Okay, well, I think I'll leave it there for now. It's long enough, this video. I hope you're enjoying these. I quite enjoy doing them. Textures is something that I am thinking of putting some packages together for people to buy. Won't be much, it'll just be maybe $5 or something like that. Not much, for about 20 full-size packages. I'm still trying to work out how to put that together on my website so that people can just buy them and download them. There's also the option, I've been thinking maybe I could do skies as well, because I do take a lot of sky photos. So just keep an eye out for that. And, you know, don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying this. Like the video if you liked it. And I guess, oh, actually, before we do that, let's just go back to, we'll do this with a different program, I think. I'm going to do it in Bridge because I know how to use it and it's quick, usually. Okay, ON1 images. Export, let's just get those two out. We'll do Control X and we'll go back, do Control V. Okay, so then we can go Control, 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 Control. I press space. Okay, so that's the Katajuta in the Northern Territory, and that's what we just did to it. This is the Pink Lakes, and that's what we did to it. So we'll just go through them again. So this gives you an idea of, it's just fun with textures. I mean, I don't know that I would keep, I don't know, this one here, I'm not really sure. I mean, this one that is something that I'd be really happy with, but it gives you an idea. And then this one, don't mind that. I would probably do more with the cracks so that this was more black. So it would actually look like the picture was peeling off something. But that's something we can work on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're still here, thank you. And again, don't forget to subscribe and like, and check out my blog as well. Okay. I'll see you next week. Bye.